G'day, you're listening to the Virtual Staff Room, and this is episode 29, The C Word. Hello, and my name's Chris Betcher. Thanks for joining us here on the Virtual Staff Room. In this episode, we do a bit of a roundup of a conference that just finished last weekend that I was fortunate enough to be at. It was the third annual Leading a Digital School Conference, and it was held in Surfers Paradise on Australia's beautiful Gold Coast. And it was an interesting conference. It's focused all around the idea of digital schooling and what it takes to lead one. And lots of principals, deputy principals, assistant principals, technology leaders, and of course teachers coming to this conference to learn more about digital schooling and what are some of the issues faced as we try and move our schools forward in this new millennium, I guess you'd say. I was fortunate enough to be able to present a couple of sessions, but more importantly, I got to see lots of other sessions. And after the thing was wrapping up on the final day, I just wandered around with my little iPhone voice recorder and just asked a few people for their impressions of the conference and some of the thoughts and ideas they'd be taking away from it. So this is probably going to be a fairly short episode because it's not the usual full length, but I just thought some of you might be interested in just tuning in and hearing some of the things that the conference delegates were saying about the ideas that they plan to take away from the conference. So hope you enjoy this episode. As always, your feedback is welcome in the comments section on the blog over at www.virtualstaffroom.net, and I'll look forward to hearing from you there. So I'm talking to Jason. Jason, tell us what your impressions are of the conference so far.
Well, I think it's been great being able to meet some of the faces that I've been sort of conversing with online and being able to have some more in-depth discussions outside of the conference sessions. The conference sessions have been reasonably good. A few of the keynotes have brought up some nice new points that have provided some thoughtful prompts. And the overall, there's been quite a good variety of sessions. So all in all, it's been a fairly good conference.
Is there any sort of single one idea you'll take away and go, that's a good idea, I should do something about that?
Well, probably the one that's closest in mind is the last keynote talking about cyber safety.
Yep.
I think he did a very good job of providing a lot of data to back up his arguments and what he was actually trying to get across. And he got it across in a very nice way without being overbearing and judgmental about the use of technology.
That's what I like about Greg. Here's the facts. He just vomits facts all over you, and you just go, "Well, I can't really argue with that."
Yes, and not many people sort of present those sort of ideas in that way. They often come up with a whole lot of rules and strategies, but the way he did it by blending it in with the actual evidence from the students was rather unique.
Cool. Thanks.
No problems.
I'm talking here to Rosemary from Burragoon Public School, Deputy Principal. Your thoughts on the conference?
We've really enjoyed it, and I guess for us being in Perth, the opportunity for the trade show to see lots of products that we don't necessarily get to Perth very often has been a great advantage for us.
Yeah, cool. That's good. Is there any one particular idea you'll take away and think that was a good idea, or I should do something about that?
Well, interactive whiteboards, and really enjoyed the session this morning with Greg about the cyber safety. Lots of things that we'll take back. Very popular. Yeah. Lots of things we'll take back from that.
Good, excellent, thanks.
Thank you.
And from Canberra here, from MacKillop Catholic College, I'm talking to Ruth Walton. And Ruth, your thoughts?
I think the most important time for me has been the opportunity to talk with other teachers that are at the same space, the same stage of school development. It's been really, really useful.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff that I'm hearing here is talking about cultural change, cultural shifts. Are you getting that same impression? And how do you think that'll play out in your environment?
Absolutely. Cultural shift is how do you do it? How do you start it? Who do you pick on to drive the change? It's vital, but I've got to now spend 2 days thinking about how to do that.
That's my thoughts exactly. It's really easy to have good questions here. It's a lot harder to have good answers.
Absolutely. You feel like you need another 2 days with no classes to consolidate, assimilate and go, this is what I'm going to do.
Excellent. Thanks for talking to me. So here's Stacey Ryan. Stacey's been twittering away at the conference. You've almost been keeping a running record of what's going on here.
Well, someone has to, have to keep people involved who aren't here. So.
How have you found the Twitter backstream? Has it contributed to your overall conference experience?
I find that a lot of people who are twittering in other rooms keep me updated with what I'm missing out on. So hopefully I'm providing that for them as well.
Yeah, good. It's going to be good like that. What's one useful takeaway you'll grab from this conference and take back and try and apply?
The cyber safety. Massive issue in my school, so got some resources now to look at. So, yeah, big issue in our school.
Cool. I've asked 3 people and they've all said the same thing. And Kerry Whelan-Jones is over here from New Zealand, and we were talking at dinner last night, and you do some really interesting stuff. Tell us about that.
Yes, we do. We do some interesting stuff. We've got 400 plus teachers in our school that we work with for ICT, and the main thing that really is really important for us and for our teachers is support, and I can never say it enough. It's support. And it is the most important thing, I think, to encourage and give teachers confidence of how to teach online.
Because you manage a distance ed program in New Zealand where basically you're doing all the remote learning and delivering it to kids who are, as you said to me last night, 10 hours away by road from the nearest school.
Yeah. Yes, this is true.
I was paying attention.
That's good. Yes, we do. We deliver to a huge variety of students. Our role at the moment is around 23,000 students, and we have teachers sitting...
23,000?
Yes.
Okay, there's one more zero there than I expected.
Yes, we do. And we cater for students that are also international students that are Kiwis overseas, and their parents could be in a consulate or they could be in another place around the world, and a lot of those students we deliver online to those ones. And we have secondary duals which sit within a school, and we deliver a subject or two to those students. And so that gives us a variety of ways of being able to deliver to the students. Like, we can do it through paper-based, we do blended learning, and we do fully online learning, depending on the student and what they want, what their needs are.
Cool. That keeps you busy.
Absolutely.
Thanks for talking to me.
There you go.
What's going on the bench?
Our focus on your session.
Sorry, I'm just talking here with Phil from...
De La Salle Cronulla.
Excellent. Okay, Phil.
Yeah. Our focus on your session particularly was all about digital emphasis, and I think people interpret that as we need to know what that is in terms of the experts in a digital world. And I was thinking we can't move away from the core of our work, which is that we need to know
teaching
our kids.
and learning.
We need to know our kids. We not need to be experts in the digital world, but we need to know that that's the world that they're in.
Yep.
And so our work is still based around that core value of teaching, relationships with kids, knowing our kids, and then back to then using the digital stuff as a tool.
And meeting them where they're at. Couldn't agree more.
Cheers.
Thanks. Simon Crook from the CEO, Catholic Education Office. Thoughts and impressions?
Of everything?
Just generally. Catching ideas. Is there something in the conference that particularly grabbed you?
I think it's interesting seeing how different schools and different systems are operating and their ideas about technology. There's individuals out there that I certainly warm to, perhaps more than others, in terms of their views. And I think it goes down to really your philosophies. You know, the technology's there, it's great, it can enhance learning, but it's what are you looking to achieve? And as Phil was saying, with the relationships with the students, and then learning from the gurus out there like yourself, and also from the kids.
Hate that word.
I know you do, so I was going to throw it. Someone else told me that you hated that. But, you know, learning about what the possibilities are with the technology. And my own mantra is, all we need is creative people to think of creative ways to use these things. You don't know the potential of a device until you just get it out there and have fun with it. So, sorry, that was a very off-the-cuff, random ad-lib.
Good. Random answers are good. Thanks, Simon.
Yeah, cheers.
And I'm now talking to Kel Hathaway from the Catholic Education Office in Canberra, Learning Technologies Officer. Kel, what's happening down in the nation's capital, and what are you going to take from this conference down there to make it even better?
Well, pennies from Kevin are raining down everywhere, even in the capital. Our archdiocese, every school we go to is just a construction zone. You know, the borders are up, buildings are going, libraries, resources.
Really? You're actually building a whole lot of new schools down there?
Not new. Oh, we are. We were building one new school, but no, virtually every school is getting a new library, a new gym, a new hall, some new building in some way. So we walk into schools and I try to find a space to work with a teacher, and I can't because this room's blocked off. These classes are in portables. These two classes are sharing, but everybody's happy because they know it's leading to something bigger.
So with all these new libraries going in, and look, libraries isn't probably even the right word these days because we're rethinking what it means to be a library, but is there anything from this event here that you'll take away and take back down there and go, that was a good idea, or I should figure out how to apply that somehow?
Yeah, I think I'm getting lots of ideas. A lot of it's reaffirming ideas, but I'm really taken by the concept of getting to know what the students think and really asking the students what they're doing at home to make sure that you're not giving them stuff they already know. You know, we tend to not ask students a lot. And just a simple survey, what technology do you use at home, guys, might be a bit of a surprise for some people.
The voting systems that we've had in place here, the keypad stuff and some of the other voting systems have been kind of useful, I think, in showing that there are mechanisms out there for actually gathering that opinion on an ongoing basis.
What I like about them is when they use them during the lesson. Not just at the end to ask a couple of questions, but they ask something during the lesson and then the next part leads on from that.
Exactly. You allow the feedback from mid-lesson to divert where the rest of the lesson goes.
Yeah, and I was really impressed with one we saw where it was used for brainstorming. She asked everybody in the room to write a word down, which they did, and then press of a button, everybody's responses on the board, and she could then take those individually and group them and categorise them in different ways and lead on from that. I thought that was excellent.
Yeah, I think there's some interesting technologies around now for gathering that sort of instant feedback. Yeah, and I'm even seeing it here with the Twitter, with the back channel. Just the fact that there is another conversation going on behind the scenes that, you know, people are having about their experience of what they're experiencing. It's almost like the metacognition of the conference.
Well, it's funny, I was just in a session there looking at the tweets that were going down because the fellow actively said, you know, go ahead, Twitter during this session. And I'm looking at a comment, looking at a picture, look around the room and I say, oh, it's him. And I could pick 3 people in the room that were on the tweeting at the time.
Yeah, I think it's added an interesting dimension to the conference to have that channel going on in the background.
Well, it is, because you're involved in something and somebody tweets this amazing link that they've discovered and you sort of click on it and go, oh, wow, that's good. And then think, hang on, no, back to the session I'm in.
Excellent. All right, mate, thanks for talking to me.
Okay, thanks, Chris.
And I'm talking to Colin Hunter from Shoalhaven High School, computer coordinator there. G'day, Col.
Hi, Chris. How are you going?
Good. I'm good. Catch thought from the conference. What's one good idea you're going to take away?
Oh, lots of good ideas, but one of them is definitely sort of some of the online applications. I've just done a session with Google Maps, and that was really interesting to see some of the possibilities there with... I've been talking to a design and technology teacher who can really move with that, so that should be a lot of fun to try and enthuse a few teachers and get them using that type of thing.
Cool. How would you use it? Like, what's one application of that?
We've got a Year 6 into 7 program where the Year 6 students come along, so we could get them, or get our Year 7, 8 students annotating maps and then show those to the Year 6 kids to show them around the school, guided photo tours of the school.
Nice. Is that using the My Maps feature?
That is using the My Maps feature in Google Maps, yeah.
Mate, I don't go anywhere now without mapping it out on that before I leave the house. All right, good to talk to you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, mate. And I'm talking to Alex. Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Where do you teach?
I teach at Shaw, North Sydney.
Oh, okay, with Sharon King.
With Sharon King, yeah,
Okay,
that's right.
that place.
Yeah.
Cool. And you've been here for all 3 days?
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah. And what's one good idea you think you might take away from it?
I think the whole empowerment side of using technology in the classroom, it's really reassuring to know that we are heading on the right direction.
Yeah.
I use wikis and blogs with the class at the moment, and to see how powerful they really can be and to get all the ideas from the other people presenting has been fantastic.
Cool. Yeah. That's good. I noticed Apple's... Well, I was in the session with the Apple guys last, and their sort of motto is actually empower the user. And I think that's a really good theme, actually. Make a good theme for a conference sometime. Empower the user.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. And this is...
Stephen Granger.
Stephen, and what's one thing you'll take away?
1 million resources, actually, to go and check out. So I've got lots of links to go and check out, and so lots of homework to do yet.
Cool.
So the conference is far from over for all of us, I think.
Oh, I think so too, yeah. Any of you been following the Twitter stream at all? It's really interesting. There's a whole other conversation going on in the background. It's like the meta channel of the conference is happening in the background. And a lot of links and resources and notes and stuff going in there. So.
And has that been positive, the Twitter stream?
Yeah, it has actually, yeah. And you can actually, if you go to do a search in Twitter on IWBNet09, you can actually pull up all those tweets and sort of go back and relive the event. Anyway, good to talk to you.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
And I'm now talking to Kristen Guthrie from Woodley School, Head of E-Learning. Hello.
Hi.
And I've seen you in a couple of my sessions, which is good.
I think I've been to all of them.
Oh, have you? That's scary. Have you enjoyed the conference?
Yeah, I have, actually, immensely. I've only been in this role for 6 months, so it's been fantastic to talk to people and see what's going on. And your sessions were good. It's not just because you're sitting there.
Blush.
Really
So Head of E-Learning, what's that entail?
basically, I'm responsible for all of any curriculum that involves any sort of digital technology. We were audited, or we had ourselves audited last year, and it was found that the ICT services department was just doing too much, and that it would be more effective if the roles were split within the department. And so I applied for the position and got it, and it's been great because I basically have been given an open slate to create the role as I see the need.
Cool. And where is Woodley School?
It's on the Mornington Peninsula in Victoria.
Ah, right. That's a nice part of the world. Yeah,
lovely,
beautiful.
Yeah.
So is there any sort of ideas that has particularly jumped out at you from this event, and anything you'll take away and try and really put into practice?
Yeah, lots of... some of the sessions I focused, I guess, on PD and staff, because I do see that as crucial, having staff on board, and that's what I've been really pleased with, the richness of the content here, and also because we're looking at a netbook one-to-one model at our primary and secondary levels next year in years 5 to 7. I was really keen to pick up on any information about that, and so your session was very helpful, and I've spoken to others that are heading down that direction, so that's been great.
Cool. Excellent. Well, thanks for talking to me.
No worries, it's a pleasure. Go way back.
So Megan Waygood from St Andrews.
Yes.
Where's St Andrews?
Mariong, Western Sydney.
Oh, of course. Yes, right, yeah. So, catch a thought. What's something from the conference you've been impressed with, or you didn't think about before?
I have a really good quote from the blogging and leading, which was
Darcy.
Darcy's. Yeah, if you don't like change, you're going to like irrelevance less. So I thought that was. So I think that's captured the vibe that I feel that change has to happen, and it's really good to be with other people who are learning, but people who are also, obviously experts like yourself, or people with a lot of knowledge. So.
It's funny, the C word has come up so many times, hasn't it? The change word. And we keep talking about the need for change. It's funny, we've been talking about it for a long time. I hope it eventually
when does it happen?
Actually happens.
No, I mean, as of today, I've officially started a blog.
Good for you.
Really,
excellent.
I know, I'm really excited
What's
about
the address?
that. It's M Waygood. I think it's. See, this is how new it is.
It's just new, but it's okay. We're going to send lots of traffic your way.
There's nothing on there really that much. WordPress.
Okay. Mwaygood, MWAYGOOD.wordpress.com.
I better hurry up and put some good
Put some content on there, because by the time people listen to this podcast, they'll be going over and seeing what you've got, expecting to see good stuff.
Oh, it is. It's. I mean, this stuff like this is what I'm. Came here for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just to get good ideas and have the encouragement to be brave enough to try things.
So there you have it, just a quick roundup of some of the ideas and thoughts and impressions that people took away from the conference. I should probably mention too that the keynote speaker for this event was none other than Mark Prensky, Mr. Digital Immigrants and Digital Natives himself. Mark gave the keynote on day one and also did some workshops, and I actually was good. I got to sit in a workshop with him, and we traded ideas and asked a couple of questions, and I think that was good. The Day 2 keynote was Tom March, one of the co-creators of the WebQuest, and Tom had lots of great ideas, which I'm sure you can find on his blog. Just Google him. And the Greg that people referred to in here was Greg Gebhardt, and Greg is a Greg does a lot of work with the Australian government on cyber safety, cyberbullying, and was largely responsible for the Net Alert program, which many Australian teachers certainly would be aware of. And I'll put some links in the show notes and you can check that out. But certainly Greg's stuff on cyber safety, as you heard from the number of people that mentioned that as a highlight, obviously thought there was some pretty good stuff in there. So there you go. That's a quick roundup of the Leading a Digital School Conference. Hope you've enjoyed that. You can follow all the links at the blog. Don't forget to send Megan, Megan Waygood, mwaygood.wordpress.com. Send her some blog love because she's just getting started, and it'd be great to really show her the power of the blogosphere. The Twitter stream, lots and lots of messages on the Twitter stream. For a relatively small conference, the Twitter stream was quite busy, and you can find all that stuff over at hashtag IWBNet09. So there you go. Track it all down, take a look, and see what you think. Until next time, my name's Chris Betcher. You've been listening to the Virtual Staff Room.